What happens to Itadori after the Shibuya incident? Well, Yuji is currently with Choso and is troubled by all the shit events recently. He's worried about multiple things. He's worried about Sukuna's increasing power, concerned about Sukuna's plans involving Fushiguro, and feels a heavy sense of responsibility and sadness for the lives lost as a result of being Sukuna's vessel, just holding himself responsible for the chaos of all this. Aware that he can't go back to Jujutsu High and must distance himself from everyone, especially from Fushiguro due to Sukuna's scheme involving him, so it's probably safer to keep a safe distance from him on purpose. Yuji speaks to Choso that he's responsible for the deaths of Choso's younger brothers, but Choso is quick to forgive him. He's all like, "Don't worry about it, man, it was just a big misunderstanding." Later, we see Yuji intentionally provoking certain cursed spirits to chase him. During the chase, Choso kills these spirits with precise, piercing blood attack, while Yuji delivers a finishing blow to another spirit, showcasing how much he's progressed already. Since their previous battle, Yuji has gained impressive control of cursed energy and has exhibited incredible physical strength, leading Choso to refer to him as a demon god. What's alarming is that Yuji has accomplished all of this while still not fully recovered from his previous injuries. That's fucking scary. Just as things were unfolding, Naoya, the special grade member of the Zenin clan, arrives with the intention of eliminating Yuji, who he sees as just Sukuna's vessel, and finding and killing Fushiguro to secure his self-claim to the position of head of the Zenin clan. Naoya mentions out loud his interest, and upon learning of Naoya's interest in Fushiguro, Yuji becomes concerned for his friend. And in no time, Naoya begins an attack on Yuji and Choso, successfully landing a blow on Yuji. And this guy is fast, but he has to be a bit more cautious around these two. Naoya is actually a bit surprised that these two are tougher than they seemed at first glance, and I applaud Yuji for the awesome teamwork he now has with Choso. Yuji is definitely an assist god. He's just so easy to adapt and work with. As he prepares to increase his speed even further, the three senses a terrifying energy, initially mistaking it for Gojo's. However, this present feels even more unsettling than anything Gojo has ever emitted. When they turn to look, they see the arrival of Yuta. As to why they thought it was Gojo, don't forget, Yuta is a distant relative to Gojo. We've seen this confirmed in the JJK movie. And as to why this energy of his seems so creepy, probably also has to do with the fact that Rika is also lurking somewhere, which makes this horrible for Yuji, considering Yuta is the official executioner for Yuji. I'm so hyped to see Yuta, but so pissed to see him hunting our boy. He looks so serious now. Yuta steps forward, causing the ground to shatter beneath him and crumble as he lands in front of everyone. Sensing the threat in front of Yuji, Choso urges him to flee and fast. Having deciphered Naoya's speed manipulation technique, Choso is prepared to confront them directly, but he emphasizes the urgency for Yuji to escape. He warns that if Yuji were to engage in battle with Yuta, who he believes to possess a similar caliber to Gojo, it would end in GG. That's pretty much what he's saying. He's saying, run or this is GG for you, my boy. As the pursuit commences, Yuji races away from Yuta, with Yuta trailing just inches behind, while Choso fends off against Naoya's attack. In the middle of the chase, Yuji swiftly leaps above the car ahead of him, evading Yuta's sword strike from behind. Thinking on his feet, he uses his strength to push the car towards Yuta, creating an opportunity for himself to escape free. Observing Yuji's actions, Yuta draws a comparison to Maki, and expresses surprise at not having slashed Yuji and hurls the car back into Yuji's path of escape. At this moment, Yuji realizes that Yuta possesses powerful cursed energy despite lacking physical strength, a complete opposite to Yuji's own immense physical power, but smaller cursed energy. Yuta asserts that his cursed energy surpasses even that of Gojo, but acknowledges that Gojo's possession of the 6 eyes ensures his superiority. Yuta also acknowledges that unlike Gojo, he would eventually exhaust his cursed energy, basically pointing out Gojo's infinite cursed energy. With determination in his eyes, Yuta swiftly dashes towards Yuji, signaling his intent to bring the fight to an end as soon as possible. This leaves Yuji feeling anxious as he struggles to anticipate Yuta's movements and fears the decisiveness of each attack Yuta launches. It's evident, in order to survive this confrontation, Yuji must face the threat of Yuta's deadly katana. While Yuji typically relies on cursed energy to defend against blades, the situation with Yuta presents a different challenge that may leave Yuji looking like Frieza after his encounter with Trunks. During this intense chase, Yuji leaps from one car to another, passing through the open window and exiting through another. Turning around, he uses a blade he grabbed from inside the car to deflect Yuta's sword aimed at himself. Although Yuta does not fear the knife, recognizing it as a non-cursed weapon, Yuji proves to be sharp and resourceful in the situation. Recalling Gojo's teachings, Yuji infuses the knife with curse energy and concentrates on attempting to shatter Yuta's sword. But as their blades clash, Yuta kicks Yuji in the stomach, scolding him for being too fixated on the katana, making Yuji predictable in this fight. Yuta swings his katana at Yuji, landing a cut, but to his surprise, the katana shatters as Yuji defends against the attack with the same cursed knife. Having achieved his objective, Itadori believes it's now safe to confront Yuta directly and attempts to overpower him physically. Wrong thing to do, Yuji, but good try. To Yuji's surprise, he did not anticipate Rika appearing behind him, grabbing his neck in a menacing manner. Picture yourself in Yuji's situation. Seriously, I'd be shitting myself. Rika demands an explanation for what's happening here, and Yuta dismisses it and tells her they're just playing around, requesting that she restrain Yuji. Rika complies, and Yuta then proceeds to use his shattered katana to stab Yuji in the stomach, expressing remorse as he ends Yuji's life. Meanwhile, Sukuna senses the disturbance but responds with a grin. But what could he be grinning about? And that's the start of what happens to Itadori after the Shibuya incident and how his fight went against Yuta. And I got a question, JJK fans. Do you think this Yuta is as powerful as younger Gojo in the flashbacks? Let me know. Thanks for watching though, I appreciate it. If you do want to see more JJK content like this, about me talking about what happens later in the story, then just like, comment, sub, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.